welcome you this morning and invite you to find that comfy spot that feels so good this chilly morning. Just invite you to pause and go to that beautiful place, that place within you. Oh, where everything's clear. Knowing that presence. Feeling that inner stillness. Plugging in. And in this place, inside you, where everything is calm, tranquil. This deep, deep, caring, loving place. And breathing that in and out. Knowing the perfection that is here right now, inside you. Always there. I will mind the time, and I invite you to just let the music take you where it will. that amazing breath of life. Gently, slowly, allow your consciousness to rise, carrying with you any awareness or insights into this beautiful day, this special place, our sanctuary, sensing everyone around you and all the people who are tuning in online. And with a deep breath, just blossom into this day. Namaste.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
Recognize the God in you.
I feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together,
come together,
come together,
we come together,
come together,
we come together in the name of love.
We come together,
We come together,
come together,
we come together,
come together,
we come together
in the name of love. Check the person next to you.
Look at that person next to
Say,
you.
God loves you and I love you too.
God loves you and I love you too.
I feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together,
come together,
come together,
we come together,
come together,
we come together
in the name of love. We come together,
we come together,
we come together,
we come together,
come together,
we come together
in the name of love. Every walk of life,
every walk of life,
every creed and color,
every creed and color,
friendship we unite,
friendship we unite,
in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you.
take a look at that person next to you.
Say, Namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
I feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together,
we come together,
we come together,
we come together,
come together,
we come together
in the name of love. We come together,
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 we come together
in the name of love. We come together,
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 we come together
in the name of love. We come together,
we come together,
we come together, we come together,
we come together
in the name of love. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Oh, I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I am gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me,
I know that.
I know that.
Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me,
That's a fact.
that's a fact.
Oh, I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love.
Come on. It's Super Bowl Sunday, right? Let's go. Let's have some fun. How many people are for the Rams?
Well, wait a minute. We've got somebody here from Detroit. There may be a Matthew Stafford fan. And I'm just saying.
Anybody for the Bengals?
Who day?
Who day? All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Soni Cantrell-Smith, and I am your co-minister along with Reverend Rainbow Weldon, who's taking a nice day off today. Yeah. So let's say hi to her. Hey, Rainbow. Yeah. So we gather each Sunday to know and to affirm that love is always the answer, because Ahava is the Hebrew word for love. Oh, man, you guys are way smarter than me. So if you're joining us via live stream or in the room, welcome. If you're on live stream, please say hello in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're in the room, we encourage you to take out your phones. We will not, punish you for having your phones out. And check in and share pictures and inspirations from today's service on social media. Also, please go to our YouTube channel where we're broadcasting right now and subscribe. We have about, I think, 10 people to get to 500. Come on. We got to find 10 people, right, to get to that 500 number, because our goal is 1,000. Yeah, and that's really going to help Ahava out. So we are a conscious community that's committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, you are absolutely welcome here. We also know that we are a reflection of one another. That's the good news, and sometimes that's the really good news. So just take a moment to turn to your neighbor and thank them for being a reflection of you. Find somebody. Come on. We also have a vision here, and so we like to say that vision, either you can say it with me or you can repeat after me, but we are an inclusive community.
We are an inclusive community.
Committed to global transformation.
Committed to global transformation.
Through personal evolution.
Through personal evolution.
And our purpose is to
wake up, step up, and make a difference.
We also have an affirmation this morning that you can carry with you all week, and it is, I am the co-creator of my life.
I am the co-creator of my life.
Oh, y'all sound so good doing this. All right, so if you're the guest for the first time, you're joining us for the very first time this morning, we especially welcome you. And we want you to know that your presence makes a difference. You bring your energy and your vibration into our community. It gets all commingled up. And we change simply because you showed up today. So I know that's a lot of responsibility since you're here for the very first time. Don't worry, we're going to take care of you. So you don't have to worry about it. But we would love to give you a first-time guest gift. One of our core council members would love to come by and give it to you if you're willing to raise your hand or stand up. So do we have anybody here in the room for the very first time? Yes? Yes? Thank you so much for being and sharing your morning with us. We're also grateful for the many people who give each week of their time, talent, and treasure. And I would like to thank all those volunteers who serve in order to create this sacred space. And if you're looking for a way to get more involved, please see one of our volunteers. They would be glad to help you get more involved. And that's a way to really find out who Ahava is and what we're all about. We also have some happenings. Wednesday night meditation and metaphysical discussion, which is on Zoom only. Our prosperity study group will not be meeting in February, so stay tuned for an opportunity to dive deeper into the money keys work in March with Reverend Rainbow and Reverend Karen Russo. Let's practice forgiveness. I think forgiveness is overrated. What do you think? No, you know? Oh, yeah, okay, all right. All right, so that's it. I think that's why they say practice forgiveness. So let's practice forgiveness workshop with Reverend Rainbow next Sunday after service, and it's simply a love offering, and you please register in advance. You can do that on Breeze, and she also has a link, I think, on our Facebook page. Here's an exciting class, The Art and Science of Spiritual Mind Treatment, which is our form of prayer. It's facilitated by Louise Talon, and it is online via Zoom starting Thursday evenings, March the 3rd. So if you're working on something in your life that you really want to enhance or change or any of that, prayer is the way to go. And so if you really want to deepen your practice, this is the class for you. So you can sign up for that. It's evenings, March 3rd. I think it's only a 2-hour or 2.5-hour class, and it's 5 or 6 weeks. There's also a call for new art. They are changing the show around in April. So the theme for our new art in April is Finding the Extraordinary in the Ordinary. So you can contact Karen Riggins or Christine Levitt to submit a piece. Yes? Okay. Do we have an incredible band? I mean, what do you think? All right. Joe Cinquina, our music director. Lauren Dechtenberg on keys and doing our reading today. John Dittert on drums. Margot Buchanan is our featured vocalist today. Jeff Watts making everybody sound good. And Patty Cooper, our practitioner who will be doing our prayer. So, yeah, give her some love too. So this is the time of the morning I invite you to take a nice deep breath with me. Whew, just drop into that place, that space. Where we know that we are simply the essence and the eternal vibration of the one source of all. As our music takes us within, and Patty does our opening prayer. In this place, my soul is free. From the light within, I see all the joy, all the peace. Carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. In this place, love abides, holy light, surrender me, all the joy, all the peace, carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me.
All the joy, all the peace. Oh, knowing that there is only one life, one essence, one source of all. And today I know that one is joy, as peace, and as harmony. Knowing that that is the truth of the one, it has to be the truth of me and each person hearing my voice now. And I know, too, that there are blessings everywhere. I bless this service. I bless our two ministers, Reverend Soni and Reverend Rainbow, our musicians, our Seva volunteers, everyone who's tuning in today. Blessing all, blessing each other. And it is with joy and ease that I let it be by saying, and so it is.
All the joy, all the peace, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. Amen. Lauren, would you be so kind as to do our reading?
Absolutely. This is a poem by the great Maya Angelou. You might recognize it. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides. Just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines diggin' in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Now will I answer, forsake my all to serve another. Though darkness falls, stay a believer. I hear a call, now will I answer. I see a light, now will I follow. Fill up this life that grows more hollow. Make joy reside where there was sorrow. I see a light, now will I follow. I hear a call from out of nowhere, and from everywhere I go. I hear a call, now will I answer. I feel a touch, now will I hold on, be there with love for those with no one, with a kindness such it lives when I'm gone. I feel a touch, now will I hold on. I hear a call from out of nowhere, and from everywhere I roam. I see a light, now will I follow. I feel a touch, now will I hold on. I hear a call, now will I answer.
Let's take that deep breath together. Listening to the call that has already come from within, and know that we have come here this morning, whether online or in person, to be deeply immersed in and through and surrounded by the law of cause and effect that takes our deeply held beliefs and ideas and transforms them into reality. This is the way compassion and love work. As we more deeply feel and know our inner connection to Spirit, to God, to the divine, whatever the word is for you, as we begin to understand and feel that deeper connection to all of life, a natural compassion and love becomes our own way of life. And knowing that there is a place inside each and every one of us that has never been hurt or harmed or endangered. Because that divine presence that lights up the world has no beginning. That divine presence that has no beginning or no end is that unique spiritual idea in the divine mind, that unique spiritual idea which is each and every person that comes here today. That one source, that one divine mind, which is my mind now, operating in and through and as each and every person here on the planet. No one can be you but you. And you don't need to be anybody else because everybody else is taken. So we know as we unfold in that beautiful knowledge, in that knowingness that God is right here, right now, right where we are, and that we are indeed one of a kind, that we get to really expand and evolve into that knowingness that what we're here to do is to be love and to be loved. And so this is how spirit becomes conscious of itself as you and as me. And as you take that vibration of remembrance in, remembering who you are and why you're here on the planet, to be more joy, to be more love, to be more compassion, to be more freedom, to embrace the wholeness of who you are, what happens is you get to give that energy away. And so you draw in, we all draw into us more love and more joy and more compassion. And this is the evidence of God being active and alive in each and everyone's consciousness, being that loving expression of the one mind, of the one source, of the divine. As we open up to that higher level of awareness, then what happens is we begin to vibrate at a different awareness and at a different level. And we are called to enter into the moment, the only moment that matters, the moment right here and right now. And so we begin to live from a state of grace, and we become that living grace. And we become the inquisitive and the curious, and we begin to live a life of wonder, because spirit is indeed wonder. And so we know that heaven is not some place that we need to strive to get to after we die. That heaven is right here, right now, and it is within. And so that is a beautiful, beautiful place to be and to understand. And you know, our theme this whole year is living everyday wonder. You know, I've shared many times with you all that when I set my intention for the year, one year I set my intention to live in the mystery, and I will never do that again. So this year, we are living in the wonder, right? We're living in everyday wonder. I love that. Not just some wonder, but it's everyday wonder. And this month, we are exploring the inner life. And this week, our topic is pause and find the cause. Now, last week, Reverend Rainbow talked about seeing God or the divine in everyone. You know, the Course in Miracles tells us that every encounter is a holy encounter, right? And so she shared with us 2 Zen stories or lessons which illustrated her point beautifully. She talked about love, loving ourselves, and deeply embodying the idea that love is indeed always the answer, like we say every Sunday. Hopefully someone out there hears that love is always the answer. So let me begin this morning by picking up some of what Reverend Rainbow shared about loving ourselves, by first breaking down cause. I want to talk about cause for just a second, because it can be very complicated, really. Cause is that which causes. Now that makes sense to me, right? Cause is that which causes or produces an effect. The effect is the product of the cause. Every manifestation is an effect, and every effect is subject to its cause. Everything we perceive with our physical senses is an effect. Now, although the principles themselves are invisible, we see their effects everywhere in our world and in our universe. Our use of principle does not change it in any way. It's always there, ready to respond and make itself known in the visible world by the results of its activity. The principle is invisible and is the first cause. The result is visible and is the effect. So, in other words, we get what we give. We attract who and what we are. It is only when we ignore or misuse the universal law that we suffer from confusion until we bring ourselves back into alignment with it. Universal laws, such as the best examples of universal law is if you throw something up, it's going to fall down. So we get the choice to either catch it or let it go. Right? Cause and effect. Either way, it's always possible to introduce a new cause at any time and completely change the effect. What I mean by this is if you are coming from love, you will attract love. If you are love, you will attract love in your life. If you are practicing hate, you will attract hate in your life. And you will surround yourself with people who also hate. But you can change it at any time. So let's break this down even more. Raymond Powers, who's a New Thought musician, wrote that our birth certificates should have a warning on them. Don't drive under the influence. The influence of what? The influence of anything that is not a natural expression of who you are, an authentic choice made from the heart. So, this week at our meditation and metaphysical Zoom gathering, if you have not checked in with that, it's a wonderful time to really hear others' take on metaphysical laws and all kinds of things. So it's just a beautiful time to gather. So this week, I was reminded of a Namaste, which is my old community in Long Beach, California. A Namaste community member who came to me several years ago asking for help with her anxiety and worry. Anybody here have any anxiety or worry? Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to talk to the people online. Is that okay with y'all? All right. So she worried about everything. She worried about worrying, right? And in her own words, what she said to me is, I am a new student of the science of mind philosophy, and I am desperate. I'm desperate to change my consciousness in order to not worry anymore and live a productive life free from worry and negative thinking. And make no mistake about it, this was causing her all kinds of problems in her life, including her health. Now, I can almost see the look on Brenda's face. I can say Brenda because y'all don't know her. Now y'all got to look it up, right? You're going to go to the Namaste website. Is there anybody there? All right. So I can almost see the look on her face after several sessions with her when I said to her, what if being a worrier is part of who you are? It's not all that you are, but it is a part of you. What does it feel like to accept that? For all you worriers online, what does it feel like when I say that? What does it feel like to even entertain the idea, to accept that worry may be a part of who you are? It was a moment that changed her life because she got a chance to pause or to stop and reflect on the idea that she could love all of herself and give up the struggle to change or get rid of a part of her that someone else told her needed to be changed. This does not mean that she didn't continue to work on worrying less, but it does mean that she was working from a different perspective. Because we all know that when you work on something, when you try to deny something, such as worry, everything's going to show up so you can worry more because all you're concentrating on is worrying. But if you accept worry as a part of you, then what happens is everything shows up so that you can accept and surrender more. So she was working from a place of loving herself rather than punishing herself for who she was and who she is. Let's take a deeper dive. Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, wrote that life fills all space and spirit animates every form. Life fills all space and spirit, or God, animates every form. But since you are an individual, even the spirit cannot make the gift of life unless you accept it. Life may have given everything to you, but only that which you accept is yours to use. In other words, you make your life mean little and limit its possibility when you refuse to accept the whole gift of yourself. So in order to pause and look at a cause, you must first accept the whole of yourself. And here's the beautiful part. Once you move into acceptance, then you get to choose. You get to choose what you might want to change, not because of the influence of others and what they think you should change, but by simply because you are working on ways to improve the quality of your life. In my client's situation, she decided to work with her anxiety and worry through exercise and therapy. Exercise to help her with the weight that she had gained from eating her worry, and therapy geared to uncovering her hidden beliefs about herself and her feelings of not being good enough. And keep in mind, feelings can be pleasant or painful, and emotions positive or negative. Both feeling and emotion are effects caused by underlying beliefs. So the most revolutionary thing is to be able to find ourselves within ourselves, even if at first it is painful and frightening. Only by working on the cause will the effect change or improve in our lives, in your life, in my life. And it's only then we will begin to evolve. Which brings me to the spiritual aspect of all of this. You know, the deal is, we have come to elevate our lives through spirit. Because if we can elevate our own lives, we can elevate the lives of others by our example. You know, people you meet that you just want to be around them, because there's something living within them that draws you to the beauty and the joy and the harmony and the peace that they are, because they are living from the inside. We do this by connecting ourselves to the divine. God is not an object of worship, but a presence dwelling within us. We are its temple. And wherever we are, God is. Wherever we are, God is. Even if we're worrying. The life of the spiritual path goes beyond the common and the ordinary, beyond the physical and the visible. Therefore, we are challenged to express the best of ourselves. We are challenged to express the best of ourselves as much as we possibly can. My mother used to say, I don't care what you do, as long as you can walk away saying, I did the very best I could do. And you might say that this is indeed living from the inside out. You see, our self-esteem is deeply connected to our relationship with the divine. When we stray from the spiritual path, and what I mean by that is not when we lie or hurt people or any of that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. When we stray from the spiritual path, what I'm talking about is when we don't pause, remember who we are, and do our own spiritual work. When we don't pray and meditate, or, even if you stop for a moment and say an affirmation of, oh my goodness, I am such a joy and a wonder in the world. Or, oh my goodness, I know that God is with me right here, right now, in this moment. That's going to change your day. So it's when we don't do the things that elevate our soul, when we don't do the things that open up our hearts so that we can express that divine joy that's already living in us and calling us forward. It's when we stray from that spiritual path and forget who we are. That's how we disconnect from the truth. And that's how we get irritated and agitated. And we want to blame and shame and do all kinds of things, not only to other people, but to ourselves, So we have to continue to pause. Because we don't want to fall into that human drama, do we? Mama don't like drama. Is that right? No drama, which are the feelings that I'm talking about of fear and guilt and blame and shame. And that's how we lose our authentic power. Because when we're doing and recognizing the truth of who we are standing in our power. Just like that poem. Standing in her power with those words. What really affects us is not people. It's not things or conditions per se, but the thoughts and the feelings we harbor in our mind in relationship to them and in relationship to ourselves. We've not come into this life for material or intellectual purposes. We have come to find ourselves. For if we do not find ourselves, we cannot go out to others. You ever notice that the people who tell you the most about what to do are the people who do not have it together? Do you ever notice that? They're telling us what to do, but they are not living the words that they are speaking from, their mouths. This is why Emerson said, get your bloated nothingness out of the way and start living who you are. We all leave this world and we take with us the level of spiritual consciousness we have reached. So, let us all awake with love and wisdom to find the deeper and truer meaning of life, which simply is, I am love. The deeper and truer meaning of life. I am the living spirit. So Reverend Rainbow shared these 2 Zen stories last week, so I'm just feeling so obligated to share one this week. So let me leave you with this. 2 Zen monks were crossing a river. They met a young, very beautiful woman who also wanted to cross. But she was afraid. So one monk put her on his shoulders and carried her to the other bank. The other monk was furious. He said nothing, but he was boiling inside because it was forbidden. A Buddhist monk was not supposed to touch a woman, and this monk not only had touched her, he had carried her on his shoulders. They walked for several miles. When they arrived at the monastery, as they were entering, the monk who was angry turned to the other monk and said, I'm going to have to tell the master. I'm going to have to tell the master. I will have to report this because it is forbidden. What are you talking about? What is forbidden? Said the other monk. Have you forgotten You carried this beautiful woman on your shoulders, said the angry one. The other monk laughed and then said, yes, I carried her, but I left her on the other side of the river, many miles behind. Why are you still carrying her? So you have to ask yourself, what are you still carrying around? What are you still carrying that is keeping you or preventing you from pausing, from stopping? What are you still carrying around that is preventing you from stepping into your own darn power? What are you still carrying around that prevents you from knowing the truth of who you are? And I invite you to let that go and accept all of who you are, because your world is going to change, I promise you, once you surrender to the truth of who you are. So this week I'm going to invite all of us to accept our whole self, all of it, and begin by defining the vision of your life. If you don't have a vision, get one. And define the vision of your life and who you want to be, and set yourself on the path to that goal every day. Live it with self-discipline by holding yourself firmly in right actions and behaviors. Ask for the support from those who encourage you and are willing to help you and stand with you along the path. Take the time to pause, to stop, and see the divine, because guess what? Therein lies the answer to all things. And remember, don't drive under the influence. Let's go into prayer. Oh, right here, right now, in this moment, as I let go, as I drop into that well, that temple of my soul, knowing that there is only one source of all. That source, the creator of all, known by many names. I choose to call it the divine, the infinite intelligence and wisdom, the universal consciousness, God. Knowing that that one mind is my mind now, and that this source that I speak of creates out of itself every minute, every second of every day only what is like itself. That individualized expression that we all are of the holy, of the divine. Knowing that Spirit becomes conscious of itself through and as each and every person on this planet, and every plant and animal. For there is no spot where God is not. And I know this power and presence that lives within each and every person. As love, I know it as wholeness, I know it as abundance and prosperity, I know it as joy and peace and grace and all of these things, yet I know it is no thing. It simply is that which was and that which shall be forevermore. It is from this place of infinite knowing, this eternality, that I lie upon the temple of my soul, my own soul, which I call heaven, which I call grace, and speak this word for this community, knowing that Ahava is unfolding as that beauty, as that joy, as that love, as that creativity, abundance, and clarity, and wholeness. And I know for each and every person here and those who are yet to come through the doors are that living expression of love, of joy, of beauty, of abundance, of prosperity, of all of these things. And I know that for each and every one, as we hear the call, we answer. For right now, everybody, anyone, within the sound of my voice is already beginning to vibrate with that joy and love, knowing that there is no delay or denial to the one source of all. I know that anyone who is within the sound of my voice right now is pausing, looking deep within. For each life is the very life that God is living from this inside out. And so each is unfolding in that perfection of the divine. How joyous to know this truth. How joyous, how surrendered and releasing it is to simply stand in the power of the one truth that love is all there is. And it is from this knowingness that I give eternal and absolute gratitude and thanks to know this truth and to speak my word for this community and all, to speak my word for all. As I step into that place of grace with a grateful heart by saying Shalom, Hamdulillah, Ashe, Namaste. This prayer is done. I leave it knowing it is so. Amen. And so it is. Now, before you sit down, turn to your neighbor and affirm with them, I am not driving under the influence. All right, it's time for our offering and our gifts, our tithes. There are several ways that you can give online as well. You can go to our website and click the Give tag or text the word Give to 859-209-6996. You can mail in your gifts to 168 Burt Road. There's just all kinds of ways to give. So thank you all for your gifts today. But please repeat after me so that we can affirm this gift. I invite you to take your gift, your tithe, your offering, and hold it to your heart. Divine love as me. blesses and multiplies all that I have,
blesses and multiplies
all that I give,
all that I give,
and all that I receive.
all that I receive.
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava,
Joyously contribute to the vision of God.
knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Returns to me.
And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful.
Not more than 3 short years ago, I was abandoned and alone without a penny to my name. So very young and so afraid. No proper shoes upon my feet. Sometimes I couldn't even eat. I often cried myself to sleep. Now I have to keep on going, never knowing if I could take it. If I could make it through the night. I held on to my faith. I struggled and I prayed, and now I found my way. If you believe in yourself enough and know what you want, you're gonna make it happen. Make it happen. And if you get down on your knees at night and pray to Spirit, it's gonna make it happen. Make it happen. Ooh, you're gonna make it happen. I know that life can be so tough and you feel like giving up, but you must be strong, baby. Just hold on. You never find the answers if you throw your life away. I used to feel the way you do, so I have to keep on going, never knowing if I could make it. But I can make it through the night. I held on to my faith. I struggled and I prayed, and I finally found my way. If you believe in yourself enough and know what you want, you're gonna make it happen. Make it happen. You're gonna get out on your knees at night and pray to Spirit.
one just makes me want to dance. Doesn't it make you want to, yeah, dance. All right, so don't forget all of the things that we have going on here. We got a lot of things happening. And also, if you have a prayer request, don't forget that we have a box there by the door as you leave. And you can put your prayer request in there, and our practitioner, Patty, will pray over that all week. And she's a great prayer. I mean, she knows how to pray. Let me just tell you. So if there's something happening in your life and you want prayer for it, even if it's something good that you want to enhance, leave it in the box for Patty. So I think that's it. Our kids are not coming in today. I miss them so much, but please take the time to tell them how much they're loved, because they'll be out there, and tell them how beautiful they are on your way out. I mean, it ain't going to hurt, right? So let's stand and do our benediction together and sing out. Yeah! Uh-oh. One of the parents said take one home for our viewers. Just one, though, right? Just one. Okay, so something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my paws.
Life is in my paws.
And life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it. And I share it.
And I share it.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
Just the way it appears now.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Love, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Love, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
We want to thank everyone for coming out today and for tuning in online. It's always good to see you. Remember, don't drive under the influence, but if you do, watch out for the pedestrians.